Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I am very excited to be bringing you a collab video. I love doing collabs. I think they are so much fun. I think that getting to work with other channels and really getting to know the people in our beautiful beauty community is just so enriching. I've had the genuine pleasure of getting to know quite a few different channels over the course of this year when I have been very present on my channel. If you go back in my history, I actually started my channel a few years ago, but I only posted a few times. Then I took a super long break, and then I posted a few more times, and then I took a super long break. So 2019 is when I've been most committed to my channel. I've had the ability to build it into my schedule. And so in doing that, I have really been able to connect with a lot of other channels, and I am just so thankful that I've been able to do that. So today I'm going to be collabing with my friend MakeupQueenie68. I will go ahead and I will link her channel right up here for you. She is a fantastic creator. I absolutely adore watching her videos. She is just so sweet and kind, but she's very knowledgeable and very witty and a little bit sassy, and I really enjoy that. She does all kinds of fun stuff. She does project panning. She does collab videos. Well, obviously she does collab videos. She does unboxings. She does hauls. She just did a really fantastic room tour. Gotta say, super jealous of how her room is laid out and the colors and everything. She can come do any sort of decorating in my house that she wants to, because I have no knack for that at all. Anyway, when we realized that we were both going to be panning the same palette this year, the Lorac Mega Pro 4, it was only natural that we decided we wanted to collab using this bad boy right here. So what we decided to do is a palette bingo, but we're doing it face-off style. And what that means is that she drew the colors and we're both going to be using the same colors to create what will hopefully be different makeup looks. So she was sweet enough to go ahead and draw all of the shades for me. So this is what I will be working off of. And let me go ahead and swatch for you the colors that she drew. So when she was doing this, she made sure to leave out Pink Peony because I have completely used up that shade, but that's the only one that I have completely used up. So the first color she drew was this metallic, lovely kind of cobalt blue called Peacock. Now she did warn me that this is a bit of a crumbly shade, so I have not done my face makeup, but look at that. That is so pretty. I have never used it. I don't typically gravitate towards blues, to be honest with you. I love blues and greens. I just don't like them on me, if that makes sense. So the next shade that she drew is called Lotus, and that is this shade right here. I will say I have a very kind of love-hate relationship with this palette. I don't really love all of the colors in it, and Lotus is one that I'm just not the biggest fan of. It does not have the kind of color payoff that I want from it, and the glitter in it is quite chunky and just sort of falls out and doesn't hang around on my lid very much. I don't love this shade, so having kind of an impetus to use it I think is a good thing. All right, the next one that she chose was Flamingo, and that is this matte pink right here. Mine gets a ton of hard pan, which is super annoying, but it is just that right there. You probably can't see it on my skin, but that's okay. And then the next shade that she drew is actually one that I adore in this palette, and that is the shade Mocha. Just a beautiful sort of medium brown type of shade. But it leans, in my opinion at least, very neutral. So it goes with a lot of things, which I absolutely appreciate. And then the last color, I really do love this color as well. This is called Copper Pearl. So that is what that looks like there. And there you have it. These are the 5 shades that we will be working with today. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in all nice and close, and we'll go ahead and we'll get started. All right, got you zoomed in all nice and close, and we're gonna start by taking Flamingo. And we're going to go ahead and buff that all through the crease, all nice and messy like. I have already primed my lids using my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, and then just using just a little bit of a neutral shadow, or I'm sorry, a kind of bone colored shadow, just to set that down. So this palette is kind of interesting to me because there are colors that, like Flamingo for example, has almost no color payoff. Aside from the fact that it does, for me, have hard pan, I feel like I can build it up and build it up and build it up, and it just never does anything for me. And I feel like that can be the case with many of these shadows. And then you've got other shades that perform stunningly. So this palette for me is a frustration for that reason, because it just, in my opinion, it lacks an overall consistency amongst the formulas. And I just have other palettes and other brands that I like consistently more, if that makes sense. So I do have a couple of these Pro palettes. I have this one that's the Mega 4. And then I think I've got 2 of just the regular Pro palettes. I think I've got like 2 and 3 maybe. But I would not buy any more, to be very honest with you. There's the Lorac Unzipped Sunset palette or something along those lines. That seems to be a different formula, and I like that a lot better. Okay, so now I'm going to take this fluffy, more pointed brush by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to go in with Mocha, and I'm going to take that more concentrated into the crease to bring some definition to it. Now, with that being said, the mattes are wonderful. I really do enjoy the mattes very, very much. It's just the shimmers and that type of formula that I feel like lets me down. And if you hear crazy noises downstairs, that would be my husband playing with the baby. He has decided that he is no longer in need of naps. This is not true because he's 2. But my husband's attempting to tire him out. Typically I film while the baby's napping, but I needed to, you know, utilize the daylight while it's here. So he's entertaining the baby. Okay, so now that we have that in the crease, we're going to take Copper Pearl, and I'm going to put that all the way over the inner 2/3 of the lid. So I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with this palette at the end of the year. Am I going to keep it? Am I going to declutter it? Am I going to cannibalize it? I'm leaning towards cannibalizing it, to be honest with you, just depotting the shades that I like and that I'll use, and then getting rid of the rest. I don't know. I kept calling this my unofficial project pan because I'm just not the kind of person to focus on one palette exclusively. It just isn't my preference, and that I knew that that would make me crazy. But I wanted to see how far I could get on a palette, you know what I mean? I've never ever completely used up an eyeshadow palette. In fact, it's pretty rare that I actually finish an actual eyeshadow in its entirety. I've hit pan on eyeshadows and things like that, but to actually use up entirely doesn't happen super duper often. So I just really wanted to kind of see if I could. And I feel like I'm making decent progress on this guy. Not amazing progress, obviously. There are way better panners out there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take Peacock, and I'm going to put that all in the outer V. I'm assuming this is going to turn into a very bright outer corner, which I'm totally fine with. I'm excited, but I haven't done any of my face makeup because Queenie did forewarn me that it's a messy shade, so I have a feeling there's going to be fallout. So I wanted to make sure that I was well prepared. Oh yeah, I can already see it collecting. In fact, let's be smart. Let's put a towel in my lap just to prevent too much crazy, I guess. But the color's nice. Like I said, I've never used this shade before. And in the way that I'm using it, it is a bit more subtle than I was expecting, which I like. It gives me the ability to build it up. But yeah, it's got some pretty significant fallout. So Queenie is so much fun. We've done one large collab together. Just recently we posted Love the Palette, Hate the Shade. So definitely I recommend checking that out. And then there was another huge collab that initially I was going to be a part of, but my work schedule just made it to where there was just no way I was going to be able to. But that was the Halloween in July. And I flippin' love her video. Absolutely love it. In fact, I almost want you to stop watching right now and go check out that video because it's just so fun. You have to stay to the very end. You will not regret it. It is, her look just turns out so well. She does such a great job. So I definitely highly, if you watch no other video, watch that one because it's a hoot. It's wonderful. Alright, so I think I have that built up to about the place that I want it. And then, so aside from the fact that it's on my face, also, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it does get kind of all over the palette as well. So I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit to keep it from contaminating other shadows, because that's always a concern when you've got cake up in the pan and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and take that original real fat fluffy brush rather. I'm going to go back into Flamingo and I'm just going to work out any kind of harsh lines, make sure that everything is blended nicely together. Okay, so now that that is done, I am going to go ahead and jump off screen. I'm going to clean all of this up, apply all of my face makeup, and then we'll come back and we'll work on the lower lash line. Alrighty, so here we are with everything on, and we are going to do a very similar vibe on the lower lash line that we did up on the top. So I'm going to start by going in with Flamingo. And I'm just going to keep using this same old big brush because this doesn't have a ton of color payoff. I'm not super duper concerned about it getting everywhere because I can't really see it. I am so curious to see what Queenie does. She is a little bit better at stepping out of the box than I am. We all know this. I am usually kind of the queen of conservative. I'm working on it, but she does some really fun looks. So I am very excited to see what she comes up with. Okay. So again, using the same brush that I used for Mocha, that brown shade, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put a little tiny bit on the tip And I'm going to work that right into the lash line as well. Just again to bring a little bit of that definition in. Okay, I think that I like the way that that looks. And I don't want to use my favorite pencil brush because I am lazy and I don't wash my brushes often enough. So I'm going to use this one instead. And I'm going to go into Peacock, that beautiful blue. And I'm just going to work that into the outer third. Just very close to the actual lash line itself. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. I think I'm probably turning my head a little too far, and for that I apologize. I'm using the mirror in the Lorac palette, and because it's so large, I don't want to block my face off completely with it, but it also means that I'm turning probably a little bit too much, so sorry. Alright, we're just connecting this up to the outer V, and dang, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we have not used yet Lotus, and because it has that just really lackluster kind of pigmentation, I would like to use that in the inner corners because I think that it will give that brightness, well, maybe not brightness, but kind of that statement inner corner a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm just making it up, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to tap it into the inner corner, and hopefully enough of that lilac. Okay, I think that works all right. I think that works all right. Ooh, my eyes are watering a little bit though. I got shadow in them, so can't imagine why they wouldn't like that. All right, I am happy with this. So the last thing that I will go ahead and do is I will add some mascara and a lip, and we'll come back for that final look. All right, my friends, so here we have the final look, and thank you, Queenie. Thank you so much for partnering with me in doing this video, and thank you for choosing such an interesting random assortment of colors. I never ever would have used this peacock shade in this way if it wasn't for this video, and I really do enjoy the way that it turned out, and I think that it's something that I may do again in the future. And I only say may because this shade is just, it's a, like she said, a little bit difficult to work with, so I don't know if I would necessarily do this on a work day just because I don't have a ton of time to kind of fiddle with it, but I do really like the effect that it has. So again, thank you so much to Queenie. I have had so much fun doing this video, and I hope that we get to do many more like it in the future. Again, if you haven't checked out Queenie's channel, I highly recommend doing so. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you are new, welcome. I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.